stream manager, and it was airing out. So I had to refresh it.
Okay.
Alright, where... There it is. Come on. And there's the input. Okay. Actually, this has some. Let's go put it in the life pod. Because the life pod needed coal, right?
Yeah.
Because I noticed the main base had coal. Oh, and it looks like it did split my... so I had an internet hiccup. Because it reset my timer on the stream.
Oh. So does that mean share chat's done? Bill, test it.
Yeah, you need to reconnect. Restart stream together. And knock. Request sent.
There you go.
There we go. Started shared chat. Like I said, don't know what happened. I don't know how long it happened either. I wonder if...
Alright. Got no atmosphere on the planet. You're just screwed if said meteors beelining towards you.
Once upon a time, there was random events. In fact, there was a button you could push that would cause the events to happen, but then they decided to remove it.
Ooh.
Because, it's like they originally planned to have, like, aliens attack you, and then as they developed the game, they realized, they don't need to make an antagonist. They don't need to have random events. The player themselves is enough of a wild card that they don't need to worry about that. The game... Yep. We are the biggest antagonist in this game. We don't need any additional ones. And welcome to the stream.
Yep.
And it's super effective! So how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Curious if you play Stationeers on your own?
Or do you watch? So no, there was one that watched and didn't play.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. So I need area, solder.
Knowing just helps me know how to engage better.
There's the solder.
With a friend. It also how I came back to a missing base. Somehow a pipe blew, oxygen kept piling up until I saw a corpse. Yep. And again, using human stupidity as the villain is super effective.
Yeah.
Magic caused much mayhem. And this is one reason, and I will show it off. We do something called the life pod, where we have this base, but we also have our starter base, which we set up to have the bare minimum, but it does everything you need in case something goes wrong. On our Mars playthrough, we had set up the life pod. I had just started making a production facility on the floor I was working on the main base, and magic incinerated the life pod, destroying everything in there. Luckily, I had already made new printers. Because if you lose your autolathe, you need an autolathe to print an autolathe.
Yeah.
So we keep a life pod. It's got a battery. It's got the 4 printers. It's got
reason you did the other printer is because me and Magic kept on taking ingots and putting them somewhere else.
Yep. And we have an advanced furnace in the hot box.
And then even after you made it, I started going down there.
Yep.
He's had it.
I specifically made a secondary production room. Yeah. I specifically made a secondary production room to get around the fact that they kept hogging the printers. And I make the secondary production room, and next thing you know, they're hogging the secondary production room.
And leaving the first one alone.
Well, clearly Magic didn't leave it alone because he incinerated it. Anyway. Alright, 99% on the battery. I think we're good to launch. I just have to uncouple the umbilicals, and then we can launch.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to make a better rocket control station where I can control the umbilicals and the gas pumping from the base instead of the rocket silos.
Yeah.
But again, this is only our second launch. We'll have plenty, I don't think we'll need to do as many coal runs once we get enough oxygen to mix up a lot of fuel. Alright, game?
Yeah.
Computer. There we go. My character froze for a moment. So, for those who are aware, Creative Luck is the host of this game, and I am playing on his world. So, sometimes we get lag and stuff like that happening. Alright, all the umbilicals are disconnected. Let's go light this candle.
I need 3 more.
We have already done a launch to collect a volatile gas. Well, volatile ice, I should say, because apparently ice or gas might be in the game again in space. But we collected volatile ice. We have like 100 kilomoles of volatile ice, and now we are going for the oxygen. So we want to go map. We want to go there. Select destination. And let's go.
Okay, that's unless I see.
So I'm going to go to Ring B, and I'm actually going to chart while we're at Ring B so we can unlock this guy, which is, I'm assuming, going to be Ring C, since this is Ring A. And this was all rocks. Right. But this one was all rocks. This one was all ice. I'm hoping Ring C will be all gases, because that is something that is now part of the rockets, is gas collector.
I suppose I should wear my suit off.
Oh yeah, that's actually a valid point. I should take my suit off too, since I'm in the breathable atmosphere.
I gotta print 9 IC chips.
Shut off the cargo. We don't need that guy on right now. $50. So this is still our starter rocket. It is equipped with a scanner and a drill that is equipped with the ice miner. It's just got the standard pumped gas engine because it's the trusty, reliable one. We do plan on this playthrough to start ramping up the rockets and do pressure-fed engines. And we also are going to try to use IC-10 so we aren't using the auto lander because that can be very inefficient to use. Alright, we're at location. Let's turn on the scanner and chart. So you'll see that there is chart and there's discover. Chart opens up new pathways. Discover discovers new points. We already have a volatile and a oxygen. We already mined this one, and if we go to the location information, we can't see it. We've mined like 5,000 of the 10,000 at that site. Once it is fully mined out, you can delete it. And my boss is currently active. But, yep, he's updating the lists at work, and I'm getting the notification. So, yeah, my boss is active at midnight. And I did notice it's midnight. I do want to finish charting this, get the rocket into position, and then I will call it for the night. But I want to see what this chart thing is. What's funny about stationers is apparently 100% pure oxygen is breathable. If you're to breathe it in real life, your lungs will speed run not to exist. As same with your eyes. Actually, and I know this because I was wrong. That's not 100% true. Look up the Apollo program. They actually use pure oxygen in the program. You have to learn how to breathe differently. You can't breathe like you normally do, because you are right. If you were to breathe 100% oxygen without modifying how you breathe, it's called hyperpoxia, and it is very bad. I used to be a hazardous waste chemist, and during the HAZWOPER training, I would always bring up, everyone talks about hypoxia, everyone forgets about hyperpoxia, and it is just as dangerous, if not more, because when you get too much oxygen to the brain, you get loopy, and you might as well be drunk, and it's bad. But actually, it was Mumanji pointed out, no, the Apollos, they actually did use pure oxygen. They just had to train the astronauts to breathe differently. Because effectively, what you do is you just take a breath, instead of like every other second, you take it like every 10 seconds. So it's effectively you're doing the breathing into a bag without having to breathe into a bag. Alright, Ring C has been charted. Yeah, Apollo had... Yes, but at... Correct. If at 1 atmosphere, you would... Yes. Because, again, that is something I definitely like to bring up of... Yeah, no, pure oxygen is very, very bad. Alright. Ring C has been charted. In fact, it was Ring C. We'd have to go there to investigate it. Let's do that. Let's select destination and let's travel to it, because I am curious. And I'm happy that someone else points out that 100% pure oxygen at 1 atmosphere is a very bad thing. Although we're Zeralians, any amount of oxygen's kind of bad for us. I would be very curious on the biochemistry on how we take methane and turn it into NOS, though. Oh, dense iron. Okay. That's disappointing. Select destination and let's go there. If I remember correctly, less atmosphere, less moles that you breathe. So yeah, 100% oxygen at low atmosphere, you're pretty much simulating safe breathing levels. Yes! And the fun part is, in Stationeers, you can 100% do that concept as well. They just don't have the upper bound. Because a lot of times, I have had my base at like 100% oxygen and 25 kilopascals. Just enough to be reasonably breathable. Plants utterly hate it. You can't really grow plants at that condition, but it's an easy way to get your base. Oh yeah, that's the other thing people often forget is more oxygen. Things that normally aren't flammable become flammable in the presence of enough oxygen. Alright, I'm a little confused at the moment. Okay, there we go. That's the screen I was expecting. And let's survey. They're like, when it comes to what is pollutant, someone goes, according to the code, it's chlorine. I go, well, if it's chlorine, then we should be able to use it as an oxidizer for jet fuel. Because chlorine's a very good oxidizer. What's also interests me a lot, this is just theoretical, but people talk about that Saturn has a metallic hydrogen core. The fact that metallic hydrogen is even a thing. Metallic hydrogen is such a thing, and we've actually made it on Earth, and in fact, if I'm not mistaken, they use solid hydrogen to cool the sensors of one of the satellites. Like, I don't remember whether it's a James Webb, but one of the infrared telescope satellites, they actually used solid hydrogen to cool it. And that was just freaking crazy in my opinion. Because yes, the fact that metallic hydrogen is a thing is just like, holy crap. How does that even work? I couldn't remember whether it was Saturn or Jupiter that was supposed to have the metallic hydrogen. On one of the planets, it rains diamonds. But I forget which one. It's either Jupiter or Saturn. I sometimes get the internal chemistry of those two mixed up. I think it's Jupiter because I think it is Saturn that theoretically would float on the surface of the ocean because it's actually not dense. It's massively heavy, so like the ocean would be sucked into it. But if you remove gravitational effects like that, Saturn's density is actually enough that it would be buoyant in water. Because it's mostly hydrogen and helium and those gases.
Okay.
It's apparently all four: Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. But it's theoretical. Nobody went there. And even if you could, they wouldn't come back. Yeah.
Yeah, why would they want to come back? They'd be rich. Raining diamonds? Yeah.
Raw diamonds actually aren't that valuable. It's the cut that makes them valuable, and it's a artificial market. De Beers is who you have to thank for that. And you can chemically tell the difference between a natural diamond and an artificial diamond by the way nitrogen behaves. Because while you can lab grow a diamond that basically looks identical in almost every way, there is a effect where the way nitrogen behaves in naturally grown diamonds is different enough that you can actually test it. But to my knowledge, that is literally the only way to tell the difference.
Okay.
Alright, we'll get to the 200% mining. Alright, there we go. Let's go idle. Shut the rocket down. And,
power and all that?
Yep, powered down. So, it should be fine. Alright.
You should be back tomorrow, but you never know.
Yes. I should be back tomorrow, but life's been crazy. There's a lot of family drama going on. Actually, let's put the helmet up, put that up, so that way they can do their maintenance.
Are you going to turn off your suit light, just in case? Or...
Oh, solid point. Solid point. I forgot about that. R. Off. Once we get fusion running and stable enough, we can even use power to create gold, or, blast sodium with sodium and create titanium. And the fact that opens up the ability to go past Einsteinium. Yeah, I've read the paper about how they can make gold with fusion. I don't think they're going to make it as quickly as they think. I could be wrong. But, like, we technically can make gold right now. It just, we're able to make it very, very in small amounts. And I don't know, like, in theory, they're going to be able to make quite a bit of gold, but yeah, I don't know if that's actually going to work.
No.
It will be very interesting to see. It's not going to be quick, but the fact... Oh, yeah. It blows my mind, and it's funny how I'll get into discussions with people who can't seem to get their grasp of where things are. It's like, look, we know how to transmute, like, we've done the alchemy. We have turned lead into gold. We're not very good at it, but the fact that we can do it at all is mind-blowing. Like, it blows my mind that we were able to transmute enough uranium into plutonium to even make it a bomb. But then again, I looked up how to actually transmute uranium into plutonium, and the fact of the matter is, it actually happens naturally if you have enough uranium. But we are essentially playing God with chemistry. Well, as someone who understands the chemistry behind it, I'm like, not really. We still have to obey God's laws. We just stole some of the rule books. But yes, I get what you mean. It is... I've had to do some really interesting chemistry. I have not done fusion yet. It is technically on my list. I have the chart on how to do it. I have the technical designs for doing it. It will not be energy efficient. I will be losing power, but that's not the point. The point is to actually do the fusion. Just to say, yes, I have done fusion. There's a list that you can go online on how many people who've actually done fusion, and it is a very small list, and it'd be nice to be part of that list. I'm sure the number's grown significantly since I last looked at it, but it is still a very, very small number compared to how many people there are. Fuse.net, I think, has the list, as well as the designs to make your own Farnsworth fuser. So, it is on my list. I just need to get there first. And I have a lot of things on the list. But thank you for watching. Thank you for the nice nerdy talk. I love nerdy talk. You can always talk nerdy to me. I wonder how radioactive elements become when you go past what on the periodic table, if that's even possible. I mean, in theory, it is possible. The trick is, they think that there is actually the island of stability beyond what we know. However, I don't think they'd be long-lived. At a certain point, the nuclei just become so large, it's hard to maintain the stability because the nuclear forces have limited range on their strength, and at a certain point, it's kind of hard to contain all those forces because one side of the nuclei can't interact with the other side of the nuclei. But science, let's be honest, every so many years we're like, oh, we know this has to be true, and then like 2 years later it's like, yeah, no, you didn't know anything, and we're proven wrong, and we have to rewrite the science books, and that's exciting times to live in. We're stubborn enough to make it happen. Yes, in fact, like any of the atoms that are over 90, the fact that we've made them at all just is a testament to our stubbornness. So, thank you for watching. We will be back tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. Until then, keep safe. Oh, thank you.